These are 10 times Bart and Lisa actually work together for once. Lisa becomes a troublemaker and Bart starts to show her his ways. Sorry Not Sorry starts with Homer and Lisa talking on the roof, and Lisa is still upset with what happened with her teacher. She made an amazing presentation and only got a B-. Lisa stands up for herself in front of Mrs. Hoover, and she doesn't hold back.
You just put me down and complain about your job. In other words, you're an uninspiring hack.
Lisa's throwing some real shade here. Mrs. Hoover might have expected a B-, but Lisa delivered a straight-up mic drop. Lisa earns herself time in detention, and it's clear that that is not a place for her. The bullies immediately start messing with her when Bart comes to the rescue.
Blank canvas for a Sharpie tattoo.
I'm actually a vegetarian.
I don't think that matters in this situation, Lisa.
Leave her alone, you jackals. That girl's with me. Well, together at last.
Lisa in detention is a total mismatch, but leave it to Bart to swoop in like a hero. Looks like the only thing more dangerous than bullies is the Simpson sibling bond. When Lisa comes home, she is so overwhelmed with sadness that she refuses to eat. Marge tries to talk to her and get her to apologize to Mrs. Hoover.
Women say I'm sorry constantly because men make us feel like we have to apologize for existing, while they do whatever they like.
Leave it to Lisa to make any issue a feminist issue. The next day at school, Mrs. Hoover asks Lisa to apologize, but she won't budge, even though she knows, in her head at least, that her future at Yale depends on it.
I'm not sorry. I'm just glad I won't have you next year as a teacher.
Wow, she's getting saucy.
I might just move to 3rd grade to torment you.
That would be a real hack move. Freshen it up.
Is Lisa turning into Bart? Bart wants to help Lisa with her detention problem, so he tells her what he does in those situations.
I never say I'm sorry. I say I'm soggy. Teachers hear what they want.
Lisa tries out this technique, but it backfires.
Did you just say I'm soggy? In addition to a hack, you must think I'm a fool. Double detention.
Bart's "I'm soggy" technique sounded genius, until Lisa found out the hard way that teachers don't exactly hear what they want when it's a soggy excuse. Lisa decides that she wants to get to know Mrs. Hoover better to understand why she's the way that she is. So she follows her home and sees what a sad life she's living.
I'm so alone. Just don't eat me when I die.
That's so depressing. Lisa is very upset by what she saw, and she doesn't know what to do to make Mrs. Hoover feel better.
Dad, I'm ready to say I'm sorry, but now it's not enough.
Yeah, when you wait too long to apologize, that does happen. Should have thought of that before you called her a hack, twice. Lisa decides to spend her college savings fund to buy Mrs. Hoover a present.
I'm sorry I made your life harder, and I hope this chair makes it easier.
Well, I don't accept your apology.
What a hack! Mrs. Hoover tells Lisa that sometimes apologies come too late in order to do any good.
Congratulations. You just learned something from my class.
Yeah, you're a cold woman. Lisa can't deal with the fact that that's it. Nothing has changed even though she apologized.
No offense, but I bought you a chair, and that's really hard for an 8-year-old.
All is forgiven.
How forgiven?
B+.
That's it? She's gonna settle for a B+? Has Bart taught you nothing, Lisa? But Bart did teach her something. Revenge is a dish best served cold. Lisa is being bullied by mean girls, and Bart comes to her rescue. The hateful 8-year-olds starts with Lisa being invited to a friend's sleepover party, but no one in her family knows who she's talking about.
Daddy, I don't know that friend. What subject does she teach?
It's a kid! I know kids.
Lisa's friends are so rare even her own family thinks they're faculty members. Bart starts teasing Lisa about her horse obsession.
What is the deal with girls and horses? Is it because boys took all the good animals like dogs and ninjas?
Bart, I wish you were joking. I truly wish. They start fighting and Bart knocks over Lisa's horse shelf. Lisa is devastated and she confronts Bart about how he always ruins stuff she cares about, and she swears to unbrother him.
Not if I unsister you first.
Fine. By the power of safety scissors, I hereby sever this sibling bond. Nip.
Who knew cutting ties could be so literal? At least with safety scissors, the damage is mostly emotional. Homer and Marge take Lisa to Addie's, and boy oh boy does she live in a mansion. Addie takes Lisa horseback riding where they meet 3 other girls, and they are different.
Nice to meet you guys.
You need to calm down.
I am calm.
Stop yelling.
I'm not yelling.
Lisa's first encounter with the popular influencer 8-year-olds. Will she survive? The girls start exchanging presents, and they all get her stuff like phone cases and sunglasses, but only Lisa gets Addie a meaningful present. Only she is the only one who thinks so.
She got her a toy. Does it come with a napkin? Abby.
Oh my god, I'm laughing so hard, I can't even breathe.
Mean girls are mean girls in every universe, even in The Simpsons. Lisa calls Homer and Marge to come pick her up, but they're on a romantic cruise. The whole evening worsened when the mean girls made Lisa watch a scary show with them.
Someone's about to go viral. Baby videos are super popular.
Lisa's night is going from bad to worse by the minute. I hope she thinks of some way to retaliate. Addie goes looking for Lisa, and when she finds her, she tells her the only reason why she invited her.
I invited you because those other girls are always so mean to me. But then they were mean to you instead and let me join in.
That's messed up on so many levels. Addie tells Lisa that the next time she should bring a Lisa, and she won't be the target anymore.
Then we'll all turn on her and you'll be part of the squad.
No, this can't be who you really are.
Lisa calls Bart and asks him for help, but he's a tough nut to crack.
Oh, I would love to help, but you unbrothered me.
Bart, they're taking my phone. They're even meaner than you.
That's all he needed to hear. Say no more, Lisa. Bart's coming to save you. Bart reaches the house, and Lisa runs out to get out of there as fast as possible, but Bart's got other plans.
I didn't come here to rescue you. If you run now, you'll never stop running. Revenge.
Revenge?
Revenge.
Those girls don't know what's coming to them. Lisa asks Bart for advice on the best revenge plan.
I can't tell you. True revenge can only come from the hate in your own heart.
Oh, how poetic. So Lisa puts all their hair in a hoof hardener, the worst nightmare for any pretentious little girl. The girls wake up and see what Lisa did to their hair.
We look like her.
You'd be lucky to look like Lisa with short hair. Lisa and Bart start running away, but their car speeds off, so they go to the stables.
No creature should be that jacked.
You didn't let me quit when I was scared.
Lisa and Bart's escape takes a detour when Bart faces his biggest fear: horses with muscles. They start running away when the girls get to them, but Lisa pleads with Addie.
Be the girl I know you are.
Stop holding a book, Addison. You're acting like a rando.
Mean girls will be mean girls, but nerds are nerds, and there's no way they'll take throwing shade at a book lightly. Addison flips to the good side and makes the mean girls fall off their high horses, literally and figuratively.
Lisa, you were my best gift.
Lisa really is a gift to wish for. But Bart is also not to be forgotten, especially his love and support for his little sister in times she needs it most. Bart and Lisa go to military school, and Lisa's struggling. The secret war of Lisa Simpson starts with Lisa going to Principal Skinner's office to complain about the school not being challenging enough for her.
Of course we could make things more challenging, Lisa, but then the stupider students would be in here complaining.
The American schooling system at its finest. Meanwhile, Bart's class is on a school trip at the police station, and Bart somehow links up several police megaphones and causes trouble. A powerful sonic boom is released and every piece of glass in town is shattered, rendering the population temporarily deaf.
Bart just needs a little discipline. Hey, what about military school?
Sure, give a rebellious kid access to military equipment. That'll teach him right. Marge and Homer trick Bart into thinking they're going to Disneyland, and instead, they take him to military school. Bart starts kicking and screaming, begging them not to leave him there, when Lisa makes a shocking statement.
You're staying at military school.
And so am I. This school has everything I ever wanted.
And by that, she means it's actually a school and not a mockery of one.
You're a girl.
Yes.
Oh, gosh darn it. I just don't understand the situation. You're a girl?
She'd be a better cadet than most of the guys there. Marge tells Lisa she should feel free to call anytime and say she wants to quit, but the same doesn't apply to Bart. Lisa gets off on the wrong foot with everyone since she's the only female cadet in the school, so the other boys start teasing her and Bart.
What's the matter? Don't girls like doing push-ups in the mud?
Is there any answer I can give that won't result in more push-ups?
Nope. This is your future at an all-boys school. The boys continue hazing Bart and Lisa, but soon they accept Bart, and only Bart.
You're a born soldier, Simpson. Too bad it doesn't run in your family.
Could someone help me? It's stuck on autopilot!
As for the academic part of the school, Lisa is superior, but as for the other part, she is struggling, to say the least. Lisa won't give up, but she's missing home dearly, so when she got a cassette from Marge in the mail, she rushed to Bart so they could listen to it together.
Bart, who are you talking to?
Lisa, you're talking to Lisa.
I'm talking to no one.
Oh, poor Lisa. She's all alone. Not even Bart is on her side. The next day, Bart comes to Lisa's room to apologize.
I just didn't want the guys to think I'd gone soft on the girl issue. You're gonna make it, Lisa, and I'm gonna stick by you.
Bart, being a good, supportive, and protective older brother, I guess military school is changing him for the better. The cadets are subjected to their last test, crossing the Eliminator, a physical test so hard that if you fail, you fall into a bush of thorns. Bart helps Lisa train in secret, but she just isn't strong enough.
I thought you came here looking for a challenge.
Duh! A challenge I could do.
Lisa signed up for a challenge, not an episode of Survivor. Bart's secret training is sweet, but let's face it, falling into a bush of thorns was not on her vision board. The test day came and Bart passed flawlessly.
Good job, Simpson. Although that's more cursing than I like to hear from a cadet in peacetime.
Lisa is up next, and she is petrified. She begins to crawl on the rope, and all the boys are cheering for her to fail.
If only I were in Springfield, all my friends would be cheering me on. God, I'm delirious.
At least she's aware of her delusions. Bart sees that Lisa is struggling, and she's gonna fall off if he doesn't do something.
You can make it, Lisa. I know you can. I know you can do it. I believe in you.
Bart trading sarcasm for support. That's sibling love at its finest. His cheerleading might just be the boost Lisa needs, because nothing says you've got this like Bart actually believing in you. The two of them graduate, and Homer and Marge come to pick them up.
Well, he's got more confidence.
Yeah. I've always said a boy could use more confidence.
That's what happens when you train a reckless kid for war. Now, not only is he more skilled in pulling pranks, he is skilled in pulling armed pranks. They learned discipline, that's for sure, but they also learned how to be decent human beings. And boy, oh boy, did they get stung by that. Bart and Lisa help a homeless woman step on her feet. Gal of Constant Sorrow starts with Bart accidentally pushing a homeless woman's cart into the lake. So he feels bad, and he invites her to stay in his room for a while. She starts getting a bit too comfortable, and Bart reminds her this is only temporary.
If you hide me here, I'll give you $1 a day. Here's 1 week in advance.
Bart, selling yourself for $1 a day is really, really low, even for you. Bart thinks he owns a fortune now, and starts showing off his big bucks. Lisa notices he's acting weird, so she decides to snoop around his room, but Homer stops her.
You owe me 3 weeks back rent.
Aha! Bart Simpson, you are cruelly exploiting a poor, unfortunate woman.
Bart's fortune is going straight to his head and his wallet. Hetty sings one of her songs, and Lisa is stunned.
That was an Appalachian folk song. I love, love, love indigenous mountain music.
Her excitement proves she's always ready to nerd out, no matter the genre. Lisa agrees that Hetty can stay with them, but she insists that she sleeps in her room. The two of them connect over Appalachian music, and Lisa shows her a lot of love and a lot of respect, something that Hetty has been missing.
Oh, baby girl. I feel like I'm back home in poorest Appalachia.
Thank you.
Lisa's kindness and love for music strike a chord with Hetty, literally and figuratively. Lisa decides to put on a little concert for Hetty, and she is really working herself off trying to make this happen, which makes Bart worried.
I've seen you like this before, and it ends badly. She is gonna break your heart, and your heart's as tough as a soap bubble.
Harsh, but he's not wrong about the pop potential. Lisa finds out Hetty is a heroin addict, and she's very disappointed and worried that Hetty will fail her and miss the concert. Bart snitches on Lisa and tells Homer and Marge everything.
Okay, you've convinced me. You're out of your mind. Lisa's been hiding a dangerous heroin addict in her closet.
Well, she's out of the closet now. Homer and Marge decide to help Lisa hold her concert after all, and they go to search for Hetty. They find her drunk out of her mind at Cletus's. Thankfully, Homer knows how to talk to her.
Fortunately for you, I'm fluent in drunk.
When it comes to this worldly language, Homer has a PhD. They get Hetty to play the concert, but she comes too late. Hetty sings a sad song, and Lisa forgives her. Oh, poor naive Lisa. Thank God you have Bart on your side to keep you sane when your heart rules over your brain. Bart is always on Lisa's side, like a protector, but also like a handy helper in uncovering the hard truths. Bart and Lisa uncover the truth about Krusty's new candy, and it is not good. Trust but clarify starts with Krusty introducing a new product, Crustaceans, a candy that even he thought was good. Bart immediately starts eating it, but Lisa is suspicious about the ingredients they put inside it.
I don't think candy should give me a tingling in my left arm.
No, it definitely should not. Bart wants to prove to Lisa that the candy is fine, so they go to Krusty's lab where they make the candy.
This candy is reeking with chemicals. Just once I'd like to be wrong. We gotta get these samples analyzed.
If candy smells like a science experiment gone wrong, you know it's time for a lab analysis instead of a snack break. They take the samples to Professor Frink, who inspects them thoroughly and reaches a conclusion that it's poisonous.
Check. No imbibing.
Bart, imbibing is eating and formaldehyde is poison.
Oh, you take all the fun out of eating poison.
Leave it to Bart to find the fun in formaldehyde. Lisa's knack for saving the day might ruin his snack plans, but at least they're not turning Krusty's candy into a science experiment gone deadly. No news station wants to do the story on poisonous candy since Krusty is bringing in a lot of money, so Lisa decides she needs to go off-grid. She goes to Kent Brockman, who was recently fired due to spreading false information. I don't know how she thinks his word will be credible, but I bet she has a plan. Lisa tells Kent Brockman that she and Bart have uncovered a huge story.
We need a real newsman to break it wide open.
A real newsman, eh? Then you've come to the wrong corner.
There's nothing worse than a fallen star. They're always so depressed. Brockman goes to a failed news anchor support group, and there he's talked into doing the story.
What is that feeling? Is it integrity? Good to see you, buddy. I'm in!
Now that wasn't so hard, was it? Lisa and Kent Brockman jump Krusty on the street and tell him that they've uncovered that his product is laced with toxic additives. Krusty admits it and asks why they're bothering him.
Because your tasty little treat did this.
They told me the paralysis would be temporary. 5 years tops.
Krusty's reaction is peak Krusty. Way more concerned about his reputation than the actual poisoning situation. Kent gains back his reputation and his job, and he uses the opportunity to thank Lisa publicly.
Is that enough?
Are you kidding? You got Hollywood's highest honor. Shared credit, no money.
Kent's thank you feels more like a backhanded compliment than a real acknowledgement, but at least Lisa's got some screen time. Unlike Bart, who's nowhere in the story, but did most of the work. You can't say they aren't good kids, but how will those two look when they become parents? This episode, set in the future, has got Bart and Lisa puzzled with the challenges of parenting. Holidays of Future Past starts right after Thanksgiving, and Marge is setting everyone up to take Christmas card photos. The kids don't care much for family photos, but Marge tells them they'll understand when they have children of their own.
Who says we're gonna have kids of our own?
Not me, man. This cycle of jerks has to end.
Who needs Christmas card photos when you're already planning to break the cycle of family traditions? The episode takes us to the future, where both Bart and Lisa have their kids, but aren't living the happiest lives. Bart lives in a school classroom alone. His wife divorced him, but she sent their kids to spend Christmas with their father.
She says you're our dad and you need to act like it. I'll just dump him at my mom's. You know, we can hear thoughts now.
Wow, the future sure has evolved, and it is frightening. Lisa is married to Milhouse and has a teenage daughter who hates her.
Hi, Zia. How did you do on your math test?
Gee, I'm fine, Mom. Thanks for asking. I'm going online.
Lisa was puzzled as to how her daughter had turned into an exact version of her brother. A family curse, I guess. Lisa also decides she and Zia will come home for Christmas. Meanwhile, Maggie is living in the UK, and she's a lead singer in the band. Oh, and she's pregnant.
Now, can you tell me who the father is?
We will not.
Classic Maggie, always keeping us guessing. Bart finds out his ex-wife has remarried and he feels even more depressed now. He asks Homer to take the boys out since he isn't feeling so good.
Thanks for spending so much time with us, Dad.
Bart turned out exactly like Homer was. Well, expected. Lisa complains to Marge about how hard it is for her to parent Zia.
Sometimes I wish strangling your kid was still legal.
Not since they passed Homer's law.
Now that's why there hasn't been much strangling lately. I get it now. Marge tells Lisa to calm down and join her in baking, to which she absolutely freaks out.
I am trying to deal with my disrespectful daughter, but you are too clueless to understand what that's like.
Like mother, like daughter. Bart and Lisa meet up at the treehouse for some drinks, and they get to talking.
The boys think I'm a lousy father.
Oh, poor Bart. My daughter thinks I'm a lousy mother.
Lisa is angry that Marge took her daughter's side instead of hers. Bart reassures Lisa that even though she and her daughter aren't really close, she'll turn out okay. Hell, Marge wasn't always there for her, but she turned out amazing.
Maybe it's the court-mandated chip I got in my brain, but Lisa, you're the person I always wanted to be.
Leave it to Bart to spill the most heart-wrenching compliment ever, while still continuing to baffle us with his criminal past. Lisa can't keep ignoring the fact that her daughter is always in the Ultranet, so she decides to go in and save her.
I open this door, and I go from being one kind of mother to another.
Lisa goes in and sees the room is more than appropriate, and contains posters of Joan of Arc, Queen Elizabeth I, Marie Curie, Empress Zimzum, and herself.
My daughter looks up to me.
Well, of course I do.
See, Lisa, you had nothing to worry about. Homer takes Bart's boys to see Grandpa and explains to them that nobody's dad is perfect.
Your dad may be a little immature, but I know he loves you, so you ought to give him a chance.
Wow, Homer really has changed since he stopped drinking. I guess him being an alcoholic wasn't just something Marge said because she wanted to nag him. Bart finds them and he really wants to make it up to the boys and find a way to get them to see just how much they mean to him.
I'm a deadbeat dad. I live in a school. It's Christmas. The only thing worth anything in my life is you.
I think he accomplished what he wanted. Everyone gathers at the Simpsons house, and Maggie is there too, with one new special guest, her baby girl.
So, who's the father? It doesn't matter.
Oh, we almost found out. Family is priceless, and Bart and Lisa found out the hard way that that's something you've got to work on. Bart and Lisa go out of their way to get Marge the best birthday present ever. Iron Marge starts with a car crash outside the Simpsons house, and the whole neighborhood rushes out to see what's happening. But of course, instead of watching the accident, the women stare into one another hoping to find something to pick on. And they do find, not something, but someone.
Marge, Are you using a charger cord as a rope belt?
I lost my belt, and Bart lost his phone, so...
Another mom asks Marge if she doesn't like any robes her kids gave her. Marge just blurts out,
They never bought me a robe.
"Marge, way to snitch on your kids and make them sound like the Grinch." And then she buries them even deeper into the mess.
My kids give me homemade gifts, like hand turkeys and macaroni-covered stuff.
Yeah, that doesn't make you sound any better. So Lisa decides that this year they need to buy Marge something really special.
It might be time to retire the pasta art genre. You heard what those judgy women said about our presents?
Yeah, and they weren't really wrong. You could at least spring out for some better-looking macaroni. Bart and Lisa go to the store to buy Marge a robe, but they see a cool spy game that's the same price as the robe. They think about it for a split second and decide that Marge has never been a gift person.
She's more into stuff like hugs and seeing us happy.
You know you're a bad kid when this thought crosses your mind. Bart goes to the cash register, and Lisa tries to stop him. But then they find out that if they apply for a credit card, they get a free ironing cover. 'Cause what does a mom need more than a new ironing cover?
That's like giving her a whole new ironing board.
Nothing says perfect gift for mom like turning a freebie ironing cover into a full-blown ironing board upgrade. Marge's birthday rolls around and everyone gets her nice gifts except Bart and Lisa, but they don't see that.
You know, you iron.
I sure do.
That's the face of a person who only does housework and is never appreciated for it. It doesn't get much sadder than this. The next day, Bart and Lisa are playing with their new spy set, and they overhear Marge and Ned talking.
It's just on my one day. I'm barely an afterthought. It's like they don't think of me as a person.
She does so many things that we take for granted.
You think? Better late than never, I guess. Bart and Lisa start writing a list of things they know about Marge so they can come up with the best birthday present.
Her first name is actually Margaret.
Oh my god, who's gonna tell them? They can't think of anything else they know about Marge, so they decide to break into a box of her stuff to get to know her better.
Oh, her name is Marjorie, not Margaret.
We officially know nothing about her.
They really are Homer's children. They find a couple of pictures of Marge with her pet parrot, and they decide to track it down. They travel to another town to try and find Petey the parrot. Yes, that's his real name.
For Margety!
Marjorie.
Whatever.
Yeah, good thing your mom's name is whatever to you. That thinking is how you got here in the first place. At first, they don't have much luck, but then they hear him. And what better way to lure him in than playing a recording of Marge's voice?
We track down your best friend.
How is this happening? How is this happening?
This is why you talk to your parents in the first place. How could you have known Petey was a possessive, destructive parrot? Bart says they're gonna take Petey back to Townsburg, and Marge is shocked that they went all the way there to try and find him.
We wanted to get you something, you know, personal for your birthday.
Bart and Lisa apologize to Marge, saying they didn't intend to re-traumatize her.
You went to all that trouble for me? I wasn't an afterthought. I was a thought.
This might not have erased the trauma, but it definitely softened the blow. It's nice when siblings get along so well, but it's even better when you see their protectiveness in action. A substitute teacher is terrorizing Lisa, and Bart is not here for it. Blackeyed Please starts with Lisa's class getting a new substitute teacher, and right at first glance, Lisa loves her.
Do I detect enthusiasm? She's brought her own orrery, and it's got no Pluto. How cutting edge.
Nerd alert. But the same can't be said about the new teacher. She's not the biggest Lisa fan.
B, as in because I say so.
Oh no, she did not.
Is it possible I've met a teacher who doesn't like me?
Ah, facing the truth that not everybody will like you. Hard, but necessary. Lisa goes to talk to her new teacher and asks her why she doesn't like her.
If you guess, I'll give you extra credit.
I remind you of you?
Now you've got a demerit.
Lisa's attempt at psychoanalyzing her teacher backfires spectacularly. Turns out, guessing right gets you a demerit instead of extra credit. Classic teacher power move. This whole thing causes Lisa to have trouble studying, which is the only thing she always has going for her. She goes to talk to Marge and seek some help.
I have a bully at school.
Did you tell the teacher?
My bully is my teacher.
Lisa having a teacher as her bully makes it feel like the universe is really testing her straight-A resilience. The bullying continues, and Lisa is being haunted by the new teacher.
Hello, Lisa. I was shocked to hear from Principal Skinner that you and I aren't getting along.
Principal Skinner tells Lisa that she should have known that you should never tell on a bully. Poor Lisa, she's in a chess match and the teacher's playing 4D. Lisa earns detention and she just doesn't understand why and how someone ends up being a bully. Lisa turns to Homer for help and he comes up with a brilliant plan. He goes to see Flanders.
I want your wife.
Haha, gotcha! Homer asks if Edna could help Lisa with her bullying problem, and good thing Edna knows how to fight fire with more fire.
I have a new student for your class.
Yo.
The master of puppets has arrived.
I just went to the bathroom for 2 minutes.
I know. Posted a video online.
Stupid Lisa, stupid Lisa, stupid Lisa.
Jesus, she knows how to hold a lot of resentment. The teacher quits her job, but she still won't tell Lisa why she doesn't like her.
Lisa, sometimes you just don't like a person. Here we go. If you don't get what you want, you get all pouty. All you pretty girls are the same.
And there lies the catch.
Like you don't get told that every day of your life. Bookworms like me can't stand party girls like you.
Lisa? A party girl? You could not be more wrong, Miss Girl. The weight was lifted off of Lisa's chest because now she knows the reason why the teacher doesn't like her. And it's all thanks to Bart.
He hates me because I'm pretty!
Ah, every girl's dream. To be hated because of their looks. Bart really helped Lisa with this one. She finally got to be the girl someone is jealous of, and not the other way around. But the sight is even better when they put their heads together and work on a common cause. Bart and Lisa work together on writing new episodes for Itchy and Scratchy. The front starts with Bart and Lisa watching the new Itchy and Scratchy, and they get really disappointed since it's not as fun anymore. So they come up with the idea of writing their own cartoon.
Bart, they rejected our script. Maybe he just doesn't take us seriously because we're kids. Let's put a grown-up's name on it.
I mean, you are 10-ish. No wonder no one takes you seriously. They decided to put Grandpa's name on the script, and what do you know? Grandpa Simpson gets a callback.
We have a substantial check here for a Mr. Abraham Simpson.
Yes?
Now we know where Homer gets it from. Abe comes to collect his check, and he goes straight to the point.
I want my check!
You're a writer, all right.
Abe gets a job as a writer for Itchy and Scratchy, and goes to see Homer to tell him the news.
Oh, you have a job?
They pay me $800 a week to tell a cat and mouse what to do.
I see.
Yeah, I'd also institutionalize him if I heard that right. Bart and Lisa explain to Abe how everything happened.
Didn't you wonder why you were getting checks for doing absolutely nothing?
I figured because the Democrats were in power again.
Those damn Democrats. Classic Grandpa, connecting the dots where there are no dots to be connected in the first place. Bart and Lisa's cartoons skyrocket, and they have by far the best scripts out of all the other scriptwriters, which earns them an award. So the company fires the other writers, and Abe is the only one left standing.
Oh no! We're all doomed! I'm a complete fraud!
Sorry, I didn't catch any of that.
Abe's imposter syndrome kicks in at the worst possible moment, but luckily no one's listening, because in showbiz, panic doesn't count if it's on mute. It's the night of the award, and Abe is giving himself a nice pep talk.
A man who once took a shot at Teddy Roosevelt could win back your trust.
Nothing says confidence boost like reminding yourself you once literally took a shot at a president.
Did you call the girl from the escort service?
They said their insurance won't cover you.
Grandpa, you don't need an escort, just bring your unbeatable charm. Abe wins the award for the best scriptwriting, and, well, he isn't a fan.
That was the first time I ever saw Itchy and Scratchy, and I didn't like it one bit. It was disgusting and violent.
Well, hey, at least Bart and Lisa got an award. Who cares that it was for a silly cartoon? They finally worked together on something and succeeded. But how will they react when they're constantly being put together and compared to each other? Bart and Lisa end up being in the same grade, which results in a lot of fighting. Bart and Lisa versus the third grade starts with Homer buying satellite TV so he and Bart are spending whole days in front of the TV.
Bart, I have to study for the elementary school achievement test, and so do you.
Bart's weekend mindset crashing into Lisa's reality check is peak Simpsons logic, because who need calendars when you've got satellite TV? Bart spends the whole day in front of the TV, and Lisa is worried about him, since the test is in 2 hours and he hasn't slept.
You haven't slept in a fortnight.
What's a fortnight?
You should know, it's on the test.
Bart's confusion over fortnight sums up his entire approach to studying: avoidance, confusion, and a healthy dose of denial. Lisa's just trying to save him from his own cluelessness, one British term at a time. Bart is taking the test, and it's too boring for him. So he imagines that the classroom is his TV, and he's switching the channels.
It's finally happened, Bart. You've lost your mind.
Bart's imagination running wild in class is the perfect escape plan, because who needs a test when you've got an entire mental channel lineup to surf through? Since Lisa did so well on the test, she's moving up to 3rd grade.
She's not so great.
I was going to tell you this privately, but because of your incredibly low test score, we're sending you back to 3rd grade.
Lisa's academic success feels like a victory lap, while Bart's test results turn into a one-way ticket to 3rd grade. Nothing says good job like a downgrade.
They're gonna be in the same class as each other?
Yeah, everyone's worst nightmare comes to life. So in 3rd grade, Lisa is having some trouble with the workload while Bart is acing everything.
Very good, Bart. Lisa, I want you to stick close to your big brother until you catch up.
That must be a blow to her ego. Bart wants to help Lisa do her homework faster and make things easier for her by showing her his studying methods, but she's too proud to accept help.
Stop! I want to learn on my own.
Damn it, Lisa, try and be more positive. Their brother's finally good at something and wants to help. Bart and Lisa get their math test results back, and Lisa got an A-, while Bart got an A. She doesn't know how that's possible, so Bart tells her that the key never changes, and the answers are always the same. She accuses him of cheating.
Young lady, in the 3rd grade, we don't care for tattletales. And we don't care for moaners, either. Sobbing only pushes Bart's grade higher.
Bart's mastery of the art of cheating has reached new heights. Meanwhile, Lisa's moral outrage is met with indifference. So let's see who's gonna last longer in the 3rd grade. The kids go on a field trip and they're put together in a buddy system. On the trip, the teacher gives them an assignment to design a new state flag.
Homework on a field trip? What have you been huffing?
That's not education, that's a betrayal. Whatever the teacher's been huffing is giving everyone a headache. Lisa designs an amazing flag, but while she was talking to Marge, someone's been listening.
His act is getting old fast. He thinks he's really cool, but frankly, the other kids are starting to wake up and smell the cootie.
Guess even the other kids are realizing that his shtick is starting to reek of something less than awesome. But that's still an awful thing to say about your brother. The next day, it's time to show the flag to the governor, and she's, well, shocked.
I'll just unfurl this. That was my worst unfurling ever!
Lisa, how could you?
You gotta give it to Bart, he is damn creative. The kids are getting ready to go back home, but Bart and Lisa start fighting before they got on the bus and end up falling into a river, and the bus leaves without them.
Okay, children, before we leave, is anyone missing their buddy?
No!
Ah, the buddy system, foolproof.
How about counting the kids instead? They're left alone and lost, so the next question is how to get back.
No problem. We'll just circle around like those kids in the Blair Witch Project. I must be getting close. I recognize that girl.
Funny, funny Bart. Let's hope that humor gets you out of the woods. Literally. Principal Skinner goes to inform Marge and Homer that Bart and Lisa are lost in Capital City.
Lisa's a very special little girl, and we'll spare no expense in finding her.
What about Bart?
We're looking.
That's comforting. Lisa and Bart find a place to spend the night, but it's freezing outside.
You cold?
What do you care?
Lisa explains how she wants Bart to act like her big brother more often and protect her.
Well, as far as nerdy little sisters go, they're the coolest.
Bart may not always show it, but moments like this prove he's got some brotherly warmth, just buried under layers of sarcasm and freezing indifference. The kids are brought back to the city by some forest ranger folk, and Marge is thrilled her babies are back with her.
And Maggie, you no longer have to live with the burden of replacing Bart and Lisa.
Phew! The principal decides to move Bart back into 4th grade, and Lisa has the option to choose if she wants to stay in the 3rd grade or move back to the 2nd grade, and she chooses the 2nd grade.
The status quo.
If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. Comment down below which Bart and Lisa moment is your favorite.